We were discussing this in the kitchen this morning, actually, just as a side conversation, because there is a very big. I don't know if anybody else has seen this. A very overloading of travel-related search results in terms of PPC, places, map listings, to the point where natural listings are being largely diminished below the fold. So, I mean, has anyone else seen that or felt that's had a contribution to
a decrease of 20% on visitor year on year after the Google places?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because but we keep the conversion. The conversion increase, the conversion rate, because we got more qualified customers. We have a brand.
Right. Being first is not anymore being first. It's like being eighth.
Yeah. Also ran.
And then obviously Google, with its acquisition of ITA, the travel data specialist, sometime last year. So they've already started displaying when you type in flights to something, you've already got
the beta version of the flight product.
Yeah, so that beta version is happening. I mean, this is I guess part and parcel of Google's increasing attempt to fight back against aggregators and people sort of occupying territories like travel, like financial services. So the beat that quote move in financial services is the same as the ITA move in travel, and I wonder if Google starts to become a player in the kind of the intermediation market, which if it starts to in a very top level way direct people to the deals on flights and perhaps on holidays, does that start to eat into the agency space online?
Yeah, I mean. Google is not selling directly to the product; it's sending a customer still to the agency.
Yeah,
it's just another way to monetize it. It's similar. It's still PPC at the end, but they are not appearing in the search as all. They are appearing on the map, but at the end they're sending the customer to online travel agent. I mean, they are not selling the product. They're just.
You're right.
It's not good for SEO, but at the end for the online travel agency, it's the same way to get customers.
Yeah, I think Google argue that it's enhancing the user's experience. Yeah. The hotel finder. And I say that. I don't. If I'm honest, I don't categorically disagree with them. I do feel that, to Guido's point, when you're on the map page and you're looking at one of the Hilton Park Lane as an example, you now have the ability to find prices for that product. And today on the map listings, you've got all the big OTAs featuring price, and that's all on a CPC basis as well. So I think what Google are doing is trying to enhance the experience and make it easier for customers to find what they're looking for and get to the source to make a booking. I've not really researched too much about the airfare finder, but I know the hotel finder, Hilton any day now, if not there already, will be featuring prices alongside Expedia and Booking.com and some other operators. And because we own, it's our brand, we own the brand, we will have the premium number one position. So if a customer wants to go and book the price they see on the map page, then they'll be directed straight to our website. So I think it's more about them trying to enhance the drive revenues and enhance the customer experience. I don't think long-term their game is to be an aggregator. I think it's just pulling in lots of information to better aid the customer. That is my view for today, and that might change as I learn more about how that's impacting our business.
I think that's a very fair conclusion from what they're doing right now, and I don't see any real reason why they would want to kind of get into that space, because they want to maintain that high ground, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I think they might also be concerned about losing share to Bing. I mean, it was a debate I had it feels like some years ago now, but when Bing launched, Bing had acquired Faircast.
Yes.
And so they're very firmly entrenched in the aggregation market, and Google is thinking about the potential of losing market share. It is competing more strongly with Facebook, it's competing more strongly with Bing in some other European countries, and certainly in the US it's a more balanced game, and so it could quite possibly be a defensive manoeuvre and definitely to move into that space, just to stay on par with other people's search offerings.
I would say one thing only, because I agree with you generally, but there is some voice in my head which is saying, like, observe Google, because this is the company who already got own mobiles and own system on mobiles, and I think this meeting 10 years ago, if could happen, no one would suppose that it may happen. They got jet fighter they bought, and they got many other things probably we don't know about. Then it's possible that maybe they would like more or less be on some other markets. I may be wrong, I may be right, we will see what happens in the next 10 years.
Do you think that's the case for Google being eventually, I mean, as you said, 10 years ago, no one would have thought it's as big as it is now, and who knows in 10 years' time where they're going to be? Could there be a case of them almost getting too big and offering too much to people, that it sort of almost gets diluted, the products that they can offer, and they're everywhere, so people start moving away, looking elsewhere for more?
I wonder if that's why maybe Danny's going to be right in the long term, because if the more they differentiate and diversify, the more diluted their brand essence and their brand meaning to people is, and people go, well, hang on, I thought you did that, or so they need to maintain some kind of solidarity in terms of their brand message, their product offering. So keeping out of certain markets is almost, the brand needs that definition around it.
Well, 10 years ago, if I'm right, they didn't even have an AdWords proposition. I think that was launched in 2002. 10 years on, they were thinking probably back then, how do we make Google the dominant search engine in terms of volume of queries? I think they've comfortably done that today in most markets, not all. And them thinking 5-10 years in advance, how do they make sure that they're still number one in terms of market share in 5-10 years? So I think what they're trying to do is make the user experience more enhanced by not trying to be an Expedia, but by giving the consumer more information to help guide them to where they want to go.
But the risk is that they may start to charge companies like Expedia or Hilton or to bid in these widgets.
No doubt they do.
They already
Absolutely.
charge.
They do. Yeah.
But to be honest, I think with this Google Hotel final product, what they want just to maximize their revenue. Okay.
Yeah.
So they want to drive all the travel hotel searches on that product. So there will be no anymore SEO click. It will be just pay search click. Okay. Because Google is noticed that basically on the right column they are not getting enough click. User will click on the top to your result or go to SEO. So if they move all the travel searches on that product, they just maximize their revenue.